Hello everyone, my name is Marie and I'm happy to be part of this video hub today to celebrate Canadian crafters and crafting companies. I made 3 projects and I'm going to share now this first one sponsored by Penguin Palace. So they sent me those cute stamps and dies and a stencil that you're going to see soon. So I'm starting by coloring the stamps that I stamped on Bristol paper. I'm using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers and a damp brush. When you do this technique, you have to make sure that you don't have too much water on your brush. That's why I use the paper towel there. So every time I dip my brush in the water, I tap it on the paper. You can also add more color as you wish to make darker areas. You could also mix 2 colors together. So here I think I started with beige and then I added some ochre or mustard to make it more yellow. Once the image is all colored, I'm going to work on my background. So here I'm using a black background, a black cardstock, and I place 2 post-it notes on the cardstock to make like a mask. I'm putting a stencil over it, and with a makeup brush I'm smudging some white ink. Then I used the dies to cut out all the images. And now I'm trying to place them on my card to see where I want them. So some of them will have some foam adhesive to make some dimension. The floor will be glued directly on the base with just double-sided tape, so the floor won't pop out. So this way you could put even 2 layers of double-sided foam tape to make even more dimension. Now I'm going to stamp this sentiment. It's really cute. You'll see it at the end. It's a fun one. I'm using VersaFine ink. This makes for a very, very crisp print. And then I cut the excess of paper. And then I'm going to mount everything with tape. I even added some foam adhesive on the back of this background. So the card at the end is very dimensional, and that's really nice. There you have the foam. And this one is only adhered with the double-sided tape. All the rest was adhered with foam. And there you have it. I added some sequins. And the sentiment is let's wiggle and giggle all night. I think that's super cute. For the second card, I used a digital image from Angie Blom Digital Designs, and I've printed it on watercolor paper with my inkjet printer. So I colored the image with my Zig markers again, and I had to be careful not to go on the printed line too much, not to smudge anything. Now I'm doing my background with some Distress Oxide inks, 2 sorts of blue that I'm blending together, and at the end I even blend it even more with a paper towel. With my die cutting machine I did some clouds out of vellum paper. Now I'm going to arrange them in the way that I like them, and once I have them in the right order, I'm going to stitch them together on the card with my sewing machine. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I adhere my squirrel with foam tape. I cut out some extra excess of watercolor paper. And then I will put this on a card base using my score pal to make sure it's straight. After that, I will add also some sequins. And here is the finished card. My last card, I used some Just Me digital stamps from Elena Rusakis. And she did some beavers before like this, and she added some Canadian touch for this video hop. I think they are super cute. So I printed them as well with my inkjet printer, and I colored them again with my Zig markers, making sure I don't go on the black lines, but it's not too hard. And then I used my black colored pencil to add the details on the shorts. Now I'm using my dies to cut out Grateful for You. I'm die cutting one layer in this red and black plaid pattern, and I'm die cutting 4 layers in black cardstock. I'm going to layer all these layers one on top of the other to make some dimension without using the foam adhesive. It's easier when you have something delicate like that. So as you can see, I'm using the Connect glue from Gina K Design. I'm only adding some very, very small little dots of glues, and then I'm gently, layering them one on top of the other. The last layer will be my red and black plaid one. For the For You, I will do the opposite. My last layer will be black. There you go. Now I'm using the same technique as before with the Post-it note and the white ink. I don't put it everywhere, just in the middle a little bit to cut that craft color, because my beaver is already almost craft. And then I will glue my title. Grateful for You, and then I wanted to say, and for maple syrup. So I'm going to glue the Grateful for You, and I'm going to stitch and for maple syrup with my sewing machine. I stitch directly on the card base, and I just cut the little strings in the back. It doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect, that's my motto. Everybody thinks it's nice anyway, Look at this, directly on the card base. And then I will mount my little beaver with some foam adhesive. And that's it. Very simple card, very effective. So that's all for me. I would like to thank you all for watching. And I would like to thank especially all our sponsors. We got over $1,000 in prizes, which is amazing. So thank you so much. And on to the next video. Thanks, guys.